Welcome back to our halftime report. We are now joined by Ajoy Chawla. He is CEO, Jewellery Business Titan. Mr. Chawla, hi, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations on your launch of 10th Zoya Boutique. What are the plans going forward now and how many more stores are in pipeline?
Extremely delighted to share that we are launching our 10th Zoya Boutique. It's been a great journey. I think if you go back, we opened our only 4th boutique during COVID time in 2020. And today here we are launching the 10th. It is our 15th year as a brand. And I would also like to share that we hope that by the end of this financial year, we should be 15 boutiques young. That's a long way from where we were. You know, we were at 3 boutiques, and to get to 15 in the last about 4 years is something that we are very proud of. Brady House is special because it is located in and around the Kalagoda neighborhood, which has become a cultural capital of sorts, a go-to place for those in love with luxury, art, and anything quirky, unique, and beautiful stories. And Zoya narrowed down on this particular catchment.
Ajoy, also, when you look at gold, it's near all-time highs in Indian markets. Has that in any sense impacted the jewelry sales for you?
See, whenever gold rates go up, actually in the long run it works better because customers get even more excited by precious jewelry. So while in the short run, when it's a sudden spike, people do kind of become fence sitters, but once it stabilizes or it kind of marginally corrects, all the fence sitters come back in, and the confidence in gold and precious jewelry only increases thereafter. So we are not worried about these short-term spikes. But yes, what you say, gold rates have really gone up quite a lot. And perhaps that is also bringing in many more people into this market saying, hey, let's look at gold and precious jewelry even more seriously.
Oh, well, we have heard that and seen that happen as well. But Ajoy, also, it's not just gold jewelry, while of course that continues to be a big chunk, big percentage in the overall jewelry market. But we also have seen aspirations in other jewelry segments, like diamonds seems to be penetrating the markets quite strongly, emeralds, polki, other precious stones.
Yes, I think diamonds and precious color stones especially, and even semi-precious is kind of in. Zoya has always celebrated these precious rare color stones with patented cuts, and today we see the rest of the market is also kind of awakening in a big way, not just for weddings, I would say even for small occasions, because the rarity of the color stone, the origin and the cut enables self-expression, and Zoya has always been about self-expression and wearable art, and therefore the color stone is something that we have celebrated, which the world is now kind of, celebrating even more so, especially the Indian market.
How would you look at the overall luxury segment growth within India? I mean, we do understand that those numbers really surged post-COVID. So when you look at the last 2 or 3 or 4 years, what kind of growth have you noticed?
We were looking at some reports and it stated somewhere that the luxury market or the luxury jewelry market in India has been growing at a 30% CAGR over the last 3-4 years. In Zoya, we have seen in the last 4 years a 40% CAGR. And we also think that the market is only beginning to come of age and it is going to grow even faster. One estimate says that the overall luxury market in India should see a 25 to 30% CAGR for the next 6 years. We ourselves have a lot of ambitious plans for Zoya, and we are expecting to kind of, do a 2.5x in the next 3 years on the last year's base. So exciting times for jewelry and for luxury jewelry in India for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Ajoy, also, what's your take on the changing scenario within the Indian jewelry sector here? We've seen more jewelry companies getting listed. You also are looking at more transparency, the expansions, the bigger brands are getting even more bigger. And then there's also this thing about more and more newer generations coming in for this.
I think this has been a secular trend. The formalization of the economy and the formalization of the sector is an ongoing piece. It is still only about a third of the overall industry. So I think this will continue to happen. I mean, demonetization, hallmarking, thereafter there was COVID, and all of these forces in fact have driven this aspect of this jewelry industry. I think many more players are going to come into this market. Many are on the anvil, and we will also see the emergence of new age jewelry brands. As you know, we are already seeing it. I think we'll see more of it. Luxury is here to stay. Many international brands are now seeing India in a big way. We are very proud to say that we believe Zoya is the largest jewelry luxury brand in the country today, and it's taken us 15 years, but we are very proud of that achievement.
Clearly, Titan and Zoya have a name of their own and class apart. But Ajoy, also, with the new government coming in, what are the expectations that you as a jewelry sector have with the new government, in sense of the next 100 days, the union budget would come in the month of July sometime, and then of course various reforms and policies. Is there anything that you have as a wish list?
I mean, we don't have any specific expectations. There is some work happening in Gift City. And therefore, is there some kind of guidelines and liberalization of the processes of buying gold and hedging gold in Gift City that we are looking forward to. But overall, I think with the customs duty being very high on gold, it has been a long-standing request that the government should reconsider it because it does lead to a lot of illegal movement of gold in the country. But other than that, we really haven't, thought about what the budget should bring us. I think as long as the budget does a good job on the overall economy and management of the economy, consumer sentiment will be high, and I think good brands will grow very well.
Okay, all right, Manisha. Thanks very much for taking us through that conversation. So interesting takeaways coming in from the Titan jewelry business. Zoya has opened its 15th store. Well, getting back to the markets seem to be very stable at this point in time. We have the mid-cap index, which is a little under pressure. It has been fluctuating a little bit and recovering from day's low only for it to be sold into. So currently the mid-cap index is just about lower by around 0.7%. Couple of stocks which stand out. Just watch out for the sugar space because that seems to be garnering attention this afternoon. Bajaj Hindustan, for example, is seeing good amount of volume and price action. That stock is up around 6% at this point. Well, with that, it's also a wrap on Halftime Report. Business Lunch will take all the action for.